He brake checked Ben. Ben was moving over. He made the lane change. This guy was like coming up in the left lane really, really fast. He obviously didn't like that. Ben went to go move back over into the right lane. Well, we need to figure that out.
Yeah. Oh my God!
I got it first!
Oh my God!
I have the strangest situation in here. Like, this is the most frustrating thing. Like, I don't understand.
I've got another issue. The TPMS says the inner dually is like fast leak.
All right. I think that we've got most everything packed up that we need to get packed up for this particular trip. Now, I'm excited about this one for a couple of different reasons, but one being that we will be in a campground with full hookups. I feel like it's been so long since we've been in a campground with full hookups. We've had partial hookups, we've been boondocking, back to full hookups for this one. Live life like I normally live it, do all the laundry, all the things. But there is a town that has something very unique here in South Central Florida. I'm just excited to be able to show you all some more fun things that Florida has to offer. And of course, lots of RVing tips and tricks and things like that to come. So you're going to want to stay tuned. It's in the grass.
It's okay. It's not gonna hurt the grass, but everything's hooked up except it just needs to be put into neutral.
You literally already hooked it up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Saves us a few steps and the heat from the engine blown back on us. Might as well.
Well, yeah, no, it's like, that's totally fine. I'm glad. I'm just really surprised that you drove it around on the grass.
Hey.
Well, that's good. All right, well, I'm going to go tell these guys, these guys.
Guy. What?
To hurry up and finish up any packing, and then let's get on the road, because I want to have time to head into Fort Pierce to show you some fun stuff there.
Oh,
so, yes.
All right.
You'll just have to see what it is that's unique about Fort Pierce, Florida. But everything's hooked up.
Everything's hooked up.
The electrical's hooked up and everything's hooked up.
Yep. We'll test it out, but should be ready to roll. Literally. I've got another issue. The TPMS says the inner dually is like fast leak detection. So, not sure what's going on with that.
Well, we need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Fast leak. Okay, if it's fast leak detection, maybe the actual...
It might be the valve stem. But anyways, let's look at that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be zero.
It says blinking zero, low pressure, but it's not. Something's wrong. Either that sensor's bad or it literally is having an issue.
When's the last time we put the batteries in those sensors?
I replaced every single one of them, but...
Not that long ago.
Yeah.
Do we have a spare sensor or no?
Yes. But let's try a battery first.
Or let's just... Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not low pressure. I went and hit the tire and it's like...
It has, like... But here's what we should do. We should check it with a gauge.
Yeah, that's true. But it shouldn't still say that.
No, it shouldn't say zero, but we do need to check it with a gauge and make sure that it's not rapidly losing pressure.
Yeah. But
it's definitely not zero.
Yeah.
If there's air in it.
All right. Hopefully it's nothing really bad.
Yeah,
so we'll
and then,
find out.
You know what else I just noticed?
Yeah.
This is red.
Oh, man.
And that should not be red.
Again, this is a fuss. We're going to probably just have to take this in because...
this is the most frustrating thing. Like, I don't understand why that it is that...
Yeah, I've adjusted the wire. I think the actuator, because I think it's off. It's not quite acting right. Because there's a little bit of a gap, like they said, in the wire. But anyways. Well, let's figure that out too.
All right.
This way, up, it simply will not. It'll stay lit up. If it's turned down, it'll go off. So there's definitely a right direction that it needs to be, which is down. And this is how it was installed, so I'm not sure if this should be moving like this or not. I just put a new battery in the sensor, so we shall see if that fixes it. Come on.
It is tucked down in there.
Oh yeah, it is. And this valve stem isn't quite long enough, I don't think. Still zeros. So, oh, wait. 199, 0. 199, 0.
Start this.
The age-old fix.
Turn it off and turn it back on.
Low pressure. High pressure. Low pressure.
I think that
the
sensor is bad. Which stinks because now how do we know? And we don't, wait a minute, you said you do have a spare sensor?
Rapid leak, 2. Low pressure, high pressure, rapid leak. Which one? Yeah, so I'll grab the other, hopefully, other sensor.
And then I think we have to program it. It's been so long since we've been through like the programming thing, I don't remember.
There it is. So
here's a lesson right here. Carry a spare or get a spare. Ask Tire Minder or whatever for a spare, because what you don't want is like, I mean, thankfully we're like in a safe location and everything else like that, but what you don't want is you don't want that to happen when you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there you go. There's always something, but we're learning every day.
They're always learning.
Well,
all right, we've got some good luck here. So I swapped out the sensor and I use the Tire Minder app, which is kind of cool because you can put it into delete mode, delete the tire, and then put it into learning mode and just screw on the sensor, and it came up as 96 PSI. Okay, so basically what I did is I adjusted the actuator, I turned it a little bit, and once I turned it, pumped the brakes on the RV, the light went out on the what do you call the thing in the front?
coach link.
The coach link.
Well, I mean, that's great, but here's the deal. What's to say we're not going to hit a bump and it's not going to shift again?
Right.
So
I need to find out if there's a way to, if we can mount it a little bit differently to where it'll stay put and not turn and pivot, because once it pivots is when it seems to get stuck. So
it's frustrating.
anyways, yeah, I don't know. So I'll just have to go through the videos again.
Well, the frustrating part is
the
like,
install.
we've actually been on the phone with Demco. We had a Demco like rep come out to the expedition when we were at the Tampa Super Show, had him look at it because we wanted to just make sure that we didn't miss something on the install side.
Right.
He looked it all over. He's like, no, you're good to go. Everything looks good.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not.
Something's not quite right.
So
I've got the double loops. I've got a little bit of slack in there.
I feel like we've done everything Demco said to do.
Yeah.
Which is, again, was like frustrating. So
I just hope the light doesn't stay on again. But.
Well, the good news is on this trip, because we are going to need 2 cars, I will be following you, so I can tell you, like, I'll be able to see if it looks like the expedition brakes are on, but the RV brakes like are not on. So that's at least a little bit of a comfort, but we've got to figure that out, because we're not going to always have like 2 cars with us.
Exactly. Well, now's a good time to iron out all these little details.
Yeah, I know.
Right, let's get this show on the road.
All right, let's do it.
Everything's connected correctly, and the tow bar's at the right level. I had to put the drop hitch on. It's hot. I'm sweaty, and I'm dirty.
Wash your hands and let's rock and roll.
All right.
This is one of those times where I'm very thankful that we both have dash cams in our cars because there was this crazy driver that literally, Anyway, he brake checked Ben. I could watch him. Ben was moving over. He made the lane change. This guy was like coming up in the left lane really, really fast. He had to, you know, stop a little bit quicker because Ben had completed the lane change and he was coming up on him fast. He obviously didn't like that. Ben went to go move back over into the right lane. And this guy literally comes into the right lane and then tries to like keep Ben from moving over into the right lane, drives on the shoulder past Ben, pulls in front of him and brake checked him. Just because he was driving like a maniac in the left lane and couldn't just wait the 10 seconds to allow somebody to pass somebody else and pull back into the slow lane. Oh, gosh. Thankfully, there's no accidents or anything like that, but it definitely could have turned into that the way that this guy was driving. Had there been an incident, we would have had plenty of footage to show what the situation actually was. So, another use case for why a dash cam is a really good important tool when you are traveling in an RV. Thankfully, this was a shorter travel day. After leaving the Orlando area, we arrived to our campground for the week just outside of Vero Beach, Florida. This area of Florida is known as the Treasure Coast because of the Spanish treasure fleet lost in 1715 during a hurricane just off the Atlantic coast in this area of Florida. We are once again utilizing our Thousand Trails camping pass for this day, so our cost was $0 for this great RV resort. We've really tried to change up our travel style to carry less. So we recently ditched the kids' pedal bikes and opted for other modes of campground transportation, and the kids approve. So Alaska is pouting.
I'm sad.
He's very sad because this time we remembered the actual dog food. And he said he wants more bacon and that he wants mac and cheese. I just knocked the heart off. I like the heart off of the heart.
More bacon.
Alaska. Oh, I gotta get it back.
Did you want more bacon?
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Does that make you sad?
Yeah, I'm depressed. I even wrote a poem. Oh, glorious strips of bacon of sizzling delight. In the morning light, you are a welcome sight. Your aroma wafts through the air, a symphony of scents beyond compare. Crisp and golden with edges curled, you bring joy to every hungry world. With each bite, a savory embrace, you elevate breakfast to a heavenly place.
So up today, getting her to her tournament, and then you and Dakota, I don't know. You'll have to let us know what you find.
I've been doing some research and I found a couple things that are a good possibility.
There you go. Always possibilities. So what is our best resource for finding things to do in an area?
The Goog.
The Goog. I personally do like TripAdvisor. Now, a couple of things I will say on TripAdvisor. One,
Hashtag touristy.
it is, but the big thing that I like with TripAdvisor is you can see other people's reviews, so you kind of have an idea of what they thought of that place or not. We are actually like a top-rated reviewer on TripAdvisor as well. But the other thing is that I avoid booking anything through TripAdvisor though. So like if you see an activity or an excursion or something like that, if you book it directly with like the company, usually like pricing's better than booking it through like the things that come up on TripAdvisor. But I do like that for finding things to do and then being able to look at things like family friendly or parking availability or all of those other things that kind of factor in. So good resource.
Yeah. What's going on?
Do you have that magnet tool thing?
Yes. I do actually. It's right here. I don't know if I can get this open with. But actually, very handy. This thing.
I have the strangest situation in here.
Okay.
Here, come here. Look in the kitchen sink.
Okay.
I don't know how this happened or why this happened.
Let's see if we can get this. Hey, it actually worked. So how did that happen?
I have no clue why there's a screw in the sink. I just went to go do dishes and I'm like, wait a minute.
Better than a screw in the bed, because that would not feel very good on your behind. Yeah, I knew this tool would come in handy. Like, everybody should have one of these. So the reason I got this was because at one point I was replacing our batteries for the RV. I had the batteries all installed, mounted to where they were braced down to the RV, and as I'm finishing tightening the last one, I dropped a screw down in the middle between the two batteries. Get yourself one of these.
Strange things that happen with RV life. You find it?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite summertime tools. All right.
I'm guessing this is the plug for it.
Let's see. Is that the plug for it? You know what it looks like, right?
This?
Yep. All right, let's plug in this bad boy. And very, very shortly, we'll have what?
What?
What is it?
I don't know. What is it? An ice maker.
Yes.
We'll have diamonds here in a minute.
We will have some nice ice.
Diamonds.
Diamonds, ice. All the same.
Whoa.
So I would have to say that this is probably the first time that we've made this type of a decision. But we're going to call this trip quits a little early.
Yeah. And you know what? RV life isn't always glamorous. There's ups and downs, and there's ebbs and flows, and Dakota didn't really want to go do anything today, so I sat back with him and we just kind of got some work done. I got some work done. He didn't. He got some computer games done, and we just took it easy. And you were at a game today?
Yeah, and you know, like, I didn't film much today because the experience this particular time with Trinity was not, it just wasn't what we're used to. She was invited to come guest play for a team that we knew some of the people on the team, but it's a newer team, and so the experience just wasn't quite what we had expected it to be. And
But she's getting practice.
yeah, I mean, it's not nothing bad. It just wasn't quite what we had expected. It's not what we're used to. It's not what she's used to playing with.
And
or
you
the
lost
level.
both games.
Yeah, it's just not the level she's used to playing at. So she was disappointed. Then, of course, I'm kind of disappointed because I'm seeing my daughter disappointed. And it's like just what we had planned and what we had envisioned for this trip is not playing out the way that we thought it would. And so the beautiful thing about that is that our RV has wheels, and we can...
It likes to move it. It can move it.
We can call this location, we can call this campground reservation early.
Yeah, and guess what? It didn't cost us anything extra, so it's 1,000 trails.
The campground's beautiful.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. So this is Sunshine RV Resort. It's part of the 1,000 Trails system. Cost us $0 with our 1,000 Trails membership. At some point, we will talk about, so subscribe, because we will have a video coming soon that we'll talk about just kind of like all the different campground stuff, and like, is it worth it or not? And the answer is it depends. So we'll break that down further in a future video. But for now, we're going to call this early. We're going to go down to Fort Pierce today because I wanted to do that. There's some cool things down there we're going to show you that's unique. And then tomorrow morning, Trinity will finish up the commitment to guest play. The games are very early. So I'm going to leave early to get her to the fields. And you're going to...
We are going to head back home to the home base. And Dakota and I, and we'll just... Regroup. I've got a package waiting there for me, too. I'm excited about. But
we're going to regroup. Because we've got
later.
A ton of travel coming up, like even within the next 7 days-ish. More trips that we're going to be heading out on, but it feels like this didn't pan out the way we thought it was going to.
Yeah, but we made the best of it. Trinity and I had the best time the last couple of days. We've been both learning to skateboard.
Ow, freaking egg.
Bit by an ant.
It's time to be done.
All right.
More to come.
So anyways,
More to come. Fort Pierce.
I need to brush my hair first before
You look nice. You look really pretty.
So upgrading your mattress in an RV is essential for sleep quality. We realized fairly quickly that the standard mattresses included with the majority of RVs were far from comfortable, so we looked for an upgrade pretty darn quick. We opted for the Aurora Luxe Hybrid mattress from rvmattress.com, which is the sponsor of this video. Now, this upgrade has dramatically improved our rest and sleep quality, and we chose the Dream Foam Essential mattresses from RV Mattress as well for our kids' beds, which they absolutely are loving. Now, rvmattress.com offers a broad selection of mattress sizes and dimensions to accommodate nearly any RV bedding requirement, and their mattresses are conveniently packaged in compact, rolled boxes, making installation in an RV a breeze, especially fitting through some of those narrow RV doors or hallways. All mattresses are shipped very quickly and for free from their factory in Arizona. Another benefit of choosing rvmattress.com is its affiliation with Brooklyn Bedding, their parent company, which provides an extensive range of bedding options for both home and RV use, and they offer a generous 10-year warranty on their mattresses and a 120-night sleep trial to ensure you are satisfied with your purchase. Plus, you can enjoy a 25% off discount by using our link in the video description, or just visit rvmattress.com/grateful, and a heartfelt thank you to RV Mattress for sponsoring this video and their continued support of our channel.
So what's the story behind Fort Pierce?
I don't know what the story is.
So there's peacock murals and actually peacocks running around?
Yeah, like there's wild peacocks and peahens, which is the female
version.
Peacock. Let's do this. Let's see how many we can spot.
No, but the person who spots the first one gets $5.
Yeah, the person who spots the first one gets $5, and then we'll actually count every one after that.
That we can spot.
And we'll see if we can get to like 100.
It's like the one time we did the wildlife drive and we counted, but we stopped counting after 80 gators.
80?
But let's see.
Let's do
how
50.
many.
Do you think we can get 50 of them?
I don't know. We'll find out.
And you'll find out too.
I found a peacock.
Look, no, look. There's a utility box painted with peacock feathers.
Look, peacock crossing.
Dakota, I think
Okay.
Look, peacock crossing sign.
it on me.
Mama, I found a peacock. I found one.
That's a picture of one, yes. Okay, hold on.
What?
Look.
Did you see one?
I thought I did.
I want $5.
I want $5. I need it. It's the money.
I'm definitely going to be the first one to find a peacock. I can spot. Oh my god!
I got it first.
Oh my god!
I
Oh, crap, 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 crap.
I found it first. I said
Oh
peacock
no,
first.
I got buffalo
I said
sauce all over the car.
I was standing over there and I saw something crawl up and I thought it was a squirrel because that's like how big they are. They're like as big as squirrels.
Okay, so we think we found a peacock, and it's right over here.
Did you hear the peacocks calling?
I did. Where did it come from? Right over there?
Over there.
Okay.
Somewhere in that direction.
And then there's the big fence.
Oh,
there's
my
like
gosh.
2 of them.
Should we start running?
I've never seen anything
No, that's
like
a
this.
female, that's a male.
My guess.
Couple goals.
They think we have food or something. I don't have any food. What's the male and what's the female one?
Males are the blue ones. The females are the ones that look gray and green.
Okay. Oh wow. That is pretty crazy. Looks like that guy might be the winner.
So, according to the Goog, it says the peacocks in Fort Pierce, Florida are a legacy of Jack and Mary Lee Crane, who moved to the area in 1952 and developed a love for the birds. The peacocks can still be seen around the Crane House, now known as the Peacock House, on Orange Avenue in downtown Fort Pierce. They loved peacocks. They got a few, and it got a little out of hand.
Well, then they died, and then obviously the peacocks just kind of went loose, and
I feel like it's the story of Florida. The
Basically.
pythons get loose, and they just, multiply. The lizards, the iguanas get loose. They like anything in Florida, man.
Yeah,
It just flourishes.
invasive.
Everything. Bring it to Florida, it will multiply.
Hey mom, mountain's shaking.
So this guy in this, I think, restaurant here or whatever, came out and he fed the peacocks like a bunch of leftovers. So they're all chowing down on some Mexican, whatever restaurant this is. But after an enchanting evening in Fort Pierce, where we marveled at the breathtaking birds, the time had come to return to the campground. Even though we decided to head out a little earlier than planned, this journey really epitomizes the RV lifestyle. Things don't always go how we think they will. Couple that with the fact that our teens right now really value things like sports and church, and so having a place to call headquarters is definitely needed for us at this phase in our families' lives. And that's okay. The RV lifestyle can be lived and enjoyed in so many different ways, and it doesn't always have to look the same for everyone.
All right, thanks for all your help getting ready.
Yeah.
We're just about ready to get headed home.
Good.
All right, and then we might be able to get home in time for youth group.
I don't think about that.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that old truck. Man, she's a beauty. Beauty. Hey, I brought pizza and cinnamon rolls.
It's Cinnabon. I love Cinnabon. What about the
Huh?
bacon?
Oh, Wendy's.
They were busy.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay, so I think I found out what's going on with the Air Force One Demco braking system. So I turned the actuator a little bit, and as soon as I did that, the light went off. But when I turn it the other way, it goes on and it doesn't function right. So I have it turned properly, and right now you can see the light's on when I'm braking, and then when I take the brake off, the light goes off. So either one, I don't have the actuator installed quite right and it shouldn't turn back and forth like this, or it's a faulty actuator. So I need to find out how it's supposed to operate and then adjust it to where it can't move the wrong way, and then we should be, back up and running again.
It just like everybody screaming at once made me like, I thought it was like running into something or.
Well, you sort of set it up for like this big dramatic yell it out when you see it sort of thing.
I guess. I didn't mean like that loud. Jeez Louise. Just use that somewhere in the video.
If you enjoyed this episode, you'll have to check out this video right up here where Alaska Dog's wishes all came true. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so, as we have much more RV life and RV travel videos that will drop starting next week.